Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ultimate guide for Miscreated in 2021, okay? The day that this video is going to come out is on the 1st December. I am going to pre-record this series. It will be my final series, my final guide for Miscreated, where I'm going to be teaching you everything that I've learned in my 3,000 plus hours of play. Okay, now it's all about getting started. So what I'm going to be teaching you today is I'm going to be showing you how to get started with no map knowledge at all. Okay, even if you don't know anything about the map, it's 100% fine. I'm playing on an official server. Okay, and yeah, let's just see if we can sort this guy out. Okay, no. I'm just gonna have to run out of his range quickly. Not quite excited about taking him on with my fists. That's quite a... I think that's a first for me. Spawning and getting attacked immediately. That's definitely a first for me, and I don't want to run down a hill. So, that's fine, that's fine. Where were we? So yeah, with no map knowledge at all, I'm going to teach you how to experience everything Miscreated has to offer, so that you can start enjoying yourself as soon as possible. This series will be my final guide. Okay guys, that's why it's the 2021 edition. I'm sure this guide will never get old, and I'll be referencing this guide to any questions that I get in the future. This guide will be the most complete guide I've ever made, with in-depth tips and every secret that I've learned. Yeah, so get your notepads ready and let's get started. Okay, number one, the first objective is craft a hatchet, a pickaxe, and a hammer. Okay, very simple to figure that out. You go to crafting, you go to equipment, and you go to tools. Okay, I want you to craft a hatchet, a pickaxe, and a crafted hammer. The way you're going to do that is by getting 3 sticks, 3 rocks, 3 ropes. How do we get rope? We go to components. A rope takes 4 rags. Okay, how do we get rope? First option is these bushes. Okay, that looks exactly like this. That gives you an option. Not these bushes over here. These bushes will never give you an option. Okay, so always look for these sharp linear textures, and you will 70% of the time you will get thatch, and then 30% of the time you will get sticks. Okay, your main purpose is basically to get the thatch, because with 2 thatch you can make a rag. Okay, so that's your first option, is basically a bush. The great thing is, once you've crafted a hatchet, you'll be able to hit a tree, and then because you've hit a tree, when you go to base building, you'll be able to turn those wood logs into sticks. Okay, so sticks won't be a problem anymore. So here's another bush for me. Yeah, keep yourself fed with berries, apples, meat that you can cook. Okay, and then yeah, other option for rags. Here we find a lucky backpack. So the other options are cushions, okay, which can give you rags. Very, very nice option. Beds, any kind of material. Okay, anywhere where it says get rags, you can get rags, but you must make sure that there's an arrow, okay, for that rag. And always look everywhere, because there's hidden places and everything. Okay, this is one of your options. Okay, the other option I'm going to give you is a bit easier, and I will show you on the map exactly where I normally go to find quite a bit of rope. Okay, so we'll be back now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's a bridge with an amalgamated kiosk. Okay, on that side is Sultan. Down the road there is Woodhaven. Okay, so it's very easy to use your map. You just go in, press tab to lift it up, hold alt, and you can look around. Okay, so right down there you can see Sultan, and there's Woodhaven now in the middle of the screen, and there's Sultan. So the road that I'm at, okay, is basically on this corner. You can see the corner with the little gravel road leading to Horseshoe Beach. Okay, so right next to the Horseshoe Beach name, there's a camping site that I'm going to go to. And that is basically this corner over here. So if you hit this corner, what I want you to do is run down this little gravel road over here. And just look down, you'll pick up a rock. Okay. And yeah, just pick up rocks as you run. Okay, look down, keep picking up. Yeah, just keep pressing. Sometimes you'll find a rock. You'll see the arrow always appears when you're gonna pick up a rock. And then this is where you're gonna get, this is the first location where you're gonna get quite a bit of rags. Okay, and those kinds of shelters or storage units, whatever you want to call them, you know, is where you can get vehicle parts. You can get vehicle parts scattered all over. Because a quad is going to make things much easier for you, and quads despawn every 6 hours, so you'll be able to, you know, build up a quad. But time is of the essence to make these videos as short as possible. I've always made long videos, and yeah, it's time to make all of you happy. So instead of going through these bushes, this camping site is giving me a heck of a lot of sleeping bags. Okay, and at the moment that was extremely unlucky. Okay, but again, vehicles have suitcases gives you clothes gives you rags. Okay, so let's go to this side quickly. There we get a heat pack and we get a helmet, which is cool. And yeah, still a bit unlucky. We get a welder's mask, but luckily, you know, even if these rags are not kind to us at all. What was that? Okay, Rotten Tomatoes. Even if those sleeping bags, okay, don't like us a lot, then what we can do is come into this room, because this room's got a bed with a heck of a lot of places where you can tear off rags. Okay, so we're just gonna look for places to tear off rags as much as possible. Spider, luckily the bed was in its way there, but yeah, we're just gonna get as many rag spots here as we can. We're always going to look on top of cupboards. We're always going to look inside of shelves to see if we can, you know, get anything. We're always going to go through kitchen cupboards, okay, to check what we can get. And I usually focus on lighters or matches in the beginning, so that I've got no problems to light my furnaces or a fire to cook some meat. Okay, water purification tablet is nice, but I like to be selective, guys. I really like to be selective. That's a heat pack when it's cold. And yeah, as quickly as that, we got what we needed. So now we go to equipment, we go to components, and we create the rope that we need. Okay, so there's 3 rope, we've got 3 sticks, we already got 3 rocks, but we need 1 more rag. So while we're thinking about that, But wait, we've got thatch. Okay, so with 2 thatch, we can create another rag. And as easy as that, now we go to tools, we create the hatchet, which is going to help us to cut down trees for wood. We're going to create the pickaxe, which we can get rocks and iron ore and pyrite and coal from various resource places. And then we're going to craft the hammer so that we can hit vehicles with the hammer and get scrap metal. Okay, so we have completed the first objective. The second objective will be to loot roads. Okay, roads are very important, and I love this area as well because it's got vehicle parts, and the best thing for me is lumber. These places are really great to collect some lumber. And yeah, a lot of the time you're going to get 2 lumber. And I'm not going to let these spiders hurt me right now. So yeah, that's an extremely great place for lumber. And now you go back to the road and you look through vehicles. Okay? For backpacks and lumber, basically. Okay? I've already got a rugged backpack, but if you want to get a backpack very quickly, loot buses on the road. And if you want lumber, loot trucks. Okay, there are trucks with trailers at the back, and they will give you quite a bit of lumber. But because I know these places have got lumber, I am going to use them. Okay, all these piles give me lumber, and I need lumber to make a base. So this is also very, very positive for me. Making sure I spend my time as good as possible. And now I'm just going to go to the other one, loot that, and yeah, that's number 2. Okay, I don't need to run through the streets now to look for a backpack. You can craft one if you want to, you know, but we skip that step. But if you want to find a backpack very easily, loot buses, you know, for backpacks, and then of course vehicles as well. Quite a few SUVs will have a backpack on its roof sometimes, and then the trucks will give you quite a bit of lumber, and all these places will give you a bit of lumber as well. Okay, you get wood logs by hitting a tree with a hatchet, and if you don't want to make a sound to maybe attract someone walking on that road, you just move a little bit down away from the tree, and you won't make a sound. If you want to do something while you're doing this, press Shift Tab, and my hands are free. Okay, my hands are free. I can go do anything, although I will get killed, and if a little spider spawns underneath me, he will hurt me, or it will be possible for him to kill me. Okay, so that's wood logs, and this is how you collect scrap metal. Every car will give you about 9 scrap metal, okay? Then a bus will give you more. The bigger the vehicle is, the more scrap metal you'll be able to get, okay? And I will be giving you the numbers that you must aim for later, but I am going to be aiming for 50 scrap metal, okay? But that's how you get scrap metal. Just hit any vehicle with your crafted hammer. And yes, guys, when it comes to the mutants on official servers, they aren't strong at all, except if they're in packs. So you can kill a cockroach, you can kill a mutant, hit them in the head, and yeah, this hatchet only does 20 damage, but the pickaxe, yeah, does only 20 damage as well. Okay, he only got about 90% damage off me, and yeah, you can kill a cockroach very easily. Just stay away from the spiders. Okay, the spiders aren't worth it. If you're very confident killing a spider before he explodes, okay, that's your decision. But as you can see, this horseshoe beach area of mine is definitely one of my favorite areas. Look at all the vehicles where I can get scrap metal from. Okay, but don't fear mutants. Take them on. You know, get into practice. Make sure the first shot is a headshot. And I will be going through all the food types, okay, which keeps you alive. But honeycombs are definitely one of them, okay. But I will be getting a sample of each one and showing you what that, you know, how every food type helps you. Okay. So our number 3 is to get 180 rocks and 36 lumber. Okay, I already showed you how to get the lumber. The rocks are very easily. Every kind of rock is going to give you about 20 rocks. Okay, and as soon as it runs out of rocks, you just move to another section or a completely different rock. Okay, just move around, and you'll know. You know, you'll get used to how far you have to move away quite quickly. So that I'm done there. I have to move here, and as soon as it gives me one rock, I know I'm in a fresh territory. Okay, so I need to get 180 rocks, and then we're gonna have to go get our base location. Okay. Objective number 4 is to get yourself a base location, okay? And I'm going to run through this very quickly because time flies when I'm explaining stuff. So let's go to number 5, scroll in. As I told you guys, Horseshoe Beach is my favorite area. So this side of the map, okay, the south west side of the map is definitely the safest, okay? The southeast of the map is quite a bit more dangerous. It's got Pinecrest, Brightmoor, okay? It's got the bunker, so there's a lot more action here. So I'm gonna be building my base right here. You can see there's Turtle Bay, just down the road from Turtle Bay. I'm gonna be putting my base right down there, nice and hidden from the rest of the population. And then if you're looking at the northeast, it's quite safe, okay? Quite a safe area if you use these mountains. And then, of course, the west is the opposite of the south, okay? Very dangerous area with the hospital, the bunker, the paint shop, the radiation zone and everything, okay? So we're picking this spot right down here. And now that we did all the heavy lifting, we're thirsty and we're hungry. An apple gives us, I'm just going to round it down, 6% food, 3.5% fluid. Okay, so of course it's going to give us a lot more food. Honey is a great source of food. Okay, and then the seaweed is a great source of food as well. Okay, we can drink water right out of the sea. But we're not going to do that right now. We'd rather get something to put the water in, purify it with the water tablet, you know, like a jerry can or something, fill it up, and put dirty water in, purify it, and then we don't have to get sick, okay? But this is what we needed 180 rock and 36 lumber, okay? So that we can make a plain foundation, okay? Very, very basic. So we're going to go to base building structures. We've already put down the plot sign, okay? That's at base building. You just put down a plot sign. Now we're going to go to structures and foundations. So we're going to craft 9 of these. Yeah, 9 of these. Okay, perfect. We've used up all the rocks and we only had 1 lumber left. We did chop some wood, but that is for later, okay? I'm just doing things in between. First thing we want to do is we don't want to press shift. We don't want to lower the foundation. We want to keep the foundation high, and we want to go as deep as we possibly can. You can see I put my plot sign as close to the water as possible, and I try to make sure that I go as deep. I can go as deep as possible, okay? So checking where that is. So there's my plot sign. I want to reverse as deep as humanly possible. Okay, so this is as deep as I can go. So now we want to stay, as deep as we can. So we're going to put that there. Snap that there. Snap that there. Snap that there. And I think we should be safe from vehicles, guys. This is the only reason I'm doing this, is because vehicles are taking a risk getting into water. Okay, so it's going to be difficult for them to get some height. And yeah, we are as deep as possible, so we've got a basic foundation now. Okay, like a little bit of a water base, and we can always expand it. The next objective, now that we've put out our foundation, is to create the frame. And to create the frame we need 200 lumber and scrap metal. I think I've got enough scrap metal. Let's go get the lumber, because we haven't got any way really to fight people at this moment. Okay, we're gonna go chop down trees. I'm gonna get 400 wood logs and then go to base building and just turn those wood logs into lumber. I'll be back now. Okay boys, you need to hit the tree 450 times, but trust me, it's better than looting trucks and lumber places, because you can get killed a few times, okay, risking your loot. For now, we're going to take advantage of the seaweed, okay, just to keep our water at a certain spot. So let's get going. Base building, structures. I like to use the new parts, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is making the platforms. We go to platforms, then we use this number 2, because the number 2 is cool, and we're going to create 9 of them. And then we're going to snap them quickly. You just look at that middle snapping point. Control is to disengage snap, so make sure you see the dots. Snap that one. Get the middle point, make sure it's colored. Snap it. Get the color, snap it. Place. Snap it, right click, place. Okay, so we've got the roof, and now because we got the scrap metal, what we're gonna do now is create the door. Okay, remember, you need the guides for this, but you can buy the guides or you can find the guides. There's a lot of ways, okay, to get the guides. If you need help with that, just leave it in the comments below and I'll help you with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is build 2 gatehouse gates. Going to place the first one here. You can see that dot there shows the way it's going to open. I'm going to place the second one here. I don't want to build doors, because doors are half the health of walls. Okay, so I want that when it's upgraded, I want them to use HC4s to get to the loot room. And now I'm going to be making walls. And I want the nice walls, the number 2 walls as well. I'm going to be making 10 of them if I'm right. Okay, so it's not 225. I missed 1 wall, so that will give you 24 more. So that is 237. Plus 24. Plus 24 is 249, guys. 249. I apologize about that. There we go. We've got a covered up space. Okay, and this is where we're going to put the loot room. So yeah, clearly I have miscalculated the walls. Okay, so it's going to take 24 times 3 is 72. Safe thing to do is to chop about 3 stacks of 250 wood logs, guys. So yeah, let me just complete that quickly. There we go. So now we can put all our equipment here and we can make this our safe room. Okay, you can just open it up like that and then we can just close it like that again. And there we go. We've got a basic base. So, in the previous guides, I've always gone for bow and arrow because I love hunting. I love selling the pelts, you know, getting am coins. But this series is going to be my final series, so doing it in style is definitely going to be a must for me. And I'm going to show you how quickly you can get into action when focusing on a base. Okay, and when we're done, I'm going to show you how long the session is so that you know more or less how much time it takes you if you follow my tips. So what I'm going to be doing now next is getting 140 rocks, 500 iron ore, and 100 wood logs. Okay, I'll be back now. And in case you guys were wondering, this is iron ore. Okay, the bronze rocks with the silver in them is iron ore. You get them next to the ocean and next to rivers. Okay, a lot. Okay, that's why it's always good to build your base next to the ocean or next to a river, because you will be able to get quite a bit of iron ore from it. Okay guys, so a storm gives you a 2.5 minute warning, okay, where it starts showing you what it is. So here my radiation built up and the sky was starting to go green, which clearly gave me the warning that it was going to be a radiation storm. And a radiation storm can't really kill me, but what I am going to be doing is getting into a tent. Any kind of cover. Okay, any kind of cover, because that will make it so that I receive less radiation. You guys would have seen how fast my radiation went up before I went into cover. I am just searching the forest. As long as I don't loot towns or populated areas, I'm safe in the woods. Okay, very seldom that I'm gonna run into players in the woods. So I'm free to go look for pirate and explore, you know, and survive, or enjoy the survival experience. So I know how to deal with, we know how to deal with bears, we know how to deal with mutants. We definitely run away from brutes, and we definitely run away from big spider mutants. And then the wolves, you're gonna have to be careful. In my opinion, you have to look out for them. If you hear them howl, stay out of their area. Don't move into their area, and be on the lookout for them as well, because they move in packs. If they do detect you, just run. Okay, that's the best option. Until you've got a weapon, then you can kill the alpha, which is normally grey, or keep hurting them. And as soon as you see them back away, you run the opposite direction, and you'll get out of their zone as soon as possible. But we're gonna wait for the storm to end. We will be back now. Okay boys, now that we've picked up radiation, these are all just bonus tips, okay? If you appreciate the video being a bit longer than 20 minutes, okay, for all the bonus tips in between, please leave a like on the video, you know, and subscribe for the most complete guide on Miscreated. Buckshot. Yeah, so because we've received radiation, we're gonna start vomiting and getting sick slowly but surely. Okay, depending on how high the radiation is. So what I would like to do in this area, in this situation, is search all the kitchens. Point 1. Okay, go through every single cupboard. I don't really want to have any loot on me, but I want to go through as many cupboards as I can. And then I just want to go through the bathroom. Okay? Bathroom will have a bit of a percentage to give me something, so I'm just going to quickly run through here. If it's got a garage, I'm going to get a jerry can. Okay, to purify the water. So again, just going into the kitchen. Of course, the kitchens have got guides for us as well. We're going to get the matches. Again, for the fires and everything. There we get a weapon. But, yes. Episode 2 is going to be all about looting, boys. It's going to be all about looting. This is just to get rid of the radiation. Okay, so we're not going to do anything special here. Just going to go, okay, there's antibiotics, servers restarting in 10 minutes, which is not good. And that's my session so far, guys. 98 minutes. Okay, so we're not even at 2 hours yet. We've accomplished quite a bit. I'm gonna get rags while I can. Still need to craft a bed, which is very important. There we go, boys. Finally, we got the anti-rads. Okay. We're facing another kind of storm here, but luckily we found potassium as well, which gives us 40% resistance against radiation, and then this will remove all our radiation. So, one thing you must remember, you can never waste time in this game, okay? We've gotten 3 heat packs, we turned every single kind of ammo that we found into gunpowder, which is going to be great for what we are planning. We've got a bandage, and now because we found a water bottle, and I think we've got a healing mushroom, yes. We can craft the best bandage in the game. Okay. And then because we found rubbing alcohol, we can create the second best bandage in the game. Okay. There's all 3 bandages. 30% regeneration, 40, 60% regeneration. So you'll never waste time, guys. Don't worry about that. You'll never waste time. Okay? This is a nuclear winter storm. 1 heat pack and that's sorted. Now we need to get back to our base. So yeah, as soon as a storm starts, a radiation storm starts, you found potassium. Get in 2 hours, take the potassium, nothing will happen to you. As soon as a nuclear winter storm starts, take heat pack, and nothing will happen to you. It's as easy as that. So we're gonna get our water full. Then what we're gonna do is empty this jerry can on the ground, fill the jerry can up with dirty water, and combine it. So now we've got 1,000. Now we've got 19 liters of purity, and now we're gonna take the anti-radiation pills. And there you see, it's going down. So, let's go look for some pirates, shall we? Get some berries while we're at it. This is basically the last kind of food that you get. And berries are quite nice. It's just a nice variation of everything. Here you go, boys. Found the pirate, normal rock with a bit of yellow on it. Okay, very, very important to remember. And yeah, let's get a bit of pirate. You need pirate with charcoal to create gunpowder, okay? And I'm going to show you how to create the charcoal. Okay, boys, here we go. We're inside our base, so the first thing that we're going to focus on is 2 furnaces. 32 rocks, 10 scrap metal. Gonna put the snapping off. I'll place this one nicely about there. And guys, yes, it's you know, looks a bit weird with the water coming through here. Hiding your base is definitely an option. This size base, you can hide it in between the woods. And there's a lot better places, you know, where the ocean floor stretches out further for you, you know, for the water not to do this, where it's much more shallow. But hiding it in between a forest and putting it in the water is definitely your 2 best options. And then we just want to make a workbench. But before we do the workbench, we need iron ingots. So to get the iron ingots, what we're going to do is we're going to go to base building. And we're going to turn all these wood logs into sticks. Okay, then we're going to split that in 2. We're going to put those sticks in there. And we're going to put those sticks in there. Then we're going to split this by 2. And we want 8 stacks of that. 8 stacks of that is going to be... Okay, that's 2, that's 4, that's 8. Okay, so we're gonna make stacks of 13 and 12. Just to use the furnace as fast as possible, guys. We don't want to sit in our base forever here. Okay, so that's that one. Oh, wow, that was not what I wanted to do, but it's fine. Okay, so now the iron ore should fall outside for us, and you can see I left a gap on the right hand side for the wood. And now I'm just going to wait for the iron ore to fall out so that I can build a workbench. And 8, no, just, yeah, because I've got the matches, I can light it. You can use matches, guys. Please go through all the crafting options. Okay, that's gonna waste a bit of time. Familiarize yourself with everything, okay, that you can craft. So that's gonna give us 8 iron ingots at once, and that's gonna give us 8 iron ingots at once. Okay, and then we're gonna get to the spicy stuff. So yeah. Number 5 was the framework, and objective number 6 was the furnace and the workbench. Number 7 was basically melting the iron ore as we do now, using the sticks to create charcoal. And then we got the pirate. We're gonna mount the pirate next. And then objective number 9 will be to craft the guns. The guns. Okay, so yeah, this should be 16. No, that's 8. The other 8 will fall. There goes the other 8. Okay, so now we go to utilities. We craft the workbench. We've got the iron ingots. We've got the scrap metal. We don't have the lumber. Okay. We need 10 lumber. There we go. We're gonna plant down this workbench right here. Get the iron ingots. Just interact with the workbench, guys. Go into the crafting menu while you're looking at the workbench. Then go to base building. Craft the sheet metal. Okay, and here comes the big surprise, guys. Much more fun than bows. Maybe not as fast as a bow, but much more fun and much more accurate. So now we can pick and choose here. Okay, we need lumber again. Just give me a gap. Okay, so now you can choose what gun you want to make. The two guns that I am most likely going to go for is a shotgun and a 5.56. Okay, because a shotgun is going to give us 10 rounds without a clip. The 9mm can only give us 10 rounds in a clip. Shotgun is much more powerful, and a rifle, 5.56 rifle, is going to be a lot more powerful, and this one comes with a dot. Okay, so here we can create an SMG, but again we're just going to be able to use 9 bullets. Here we can create a long rifle, which I want to make, and then the crafted shotgun. Okay, so I'm going to make the long rifle. I'm going to go for the short crafted shotgun, guys. I know you can saw off a shotgun to with a hacksaw to put it in your secondary slot. I just want to see if this one's going to go into my secondary slot, because there you always want a slot open. There we go. So that one is going to go into our secondary slot. And that one's going to do 36 damage. Not bad at all. One shot in the head a mutant is dead. Okay, and then we can craft the magazine. Of course, a shotgun doesn't need a magazine, but we can craft. I'm gonna make two magazines for the rifle, and then we just need the ammo, which takes 20 gunpowder and 2 sheet metal. But we're gonna turn this pirate into sulfur soon, and we are creating charcoal, which is gonna give us more gunpowder. But for now, just to give you an example, with 20 gunpowder and 2 sheet metal, got a gun, boys. We've got a gun. Much more exciting. Much more exciting. And then we've got this cool little shotgun. Can blow the crap out of anyone close range, which is really, really cool. And this will be done quite soon. Okay, this will be done quite soon. You guys can see that the charcoal is being created nice and fast. Okay, so that's nice. Don't know why I didn't want to stack there. Come on, boy. Stack there. That's how we create charcoal, boys. That's how we create charcoal. And yes, we've created our 2 guns. It's going to take sheet metal, but not a lot. So while we're waiting for that, we can create sheet metal so long. And upgrade our parts. Upgrade. 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 Okay. That's what you can do in between. Okay, when I'm done with this, we're gonna repeat that with the sulfur. We're gonna split that into 2 and split each stack into 8 sections to put in there, so that we don't wait in our base forever, and that we can create more gunpowder. Okay, and that's it. That's day 1, guys. This definitely took me less than 3 hours for the day. In the next episode, we are going to be covering looting, and looting is going into towns and dangerous territories, which we of course going to need ammo for. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I've got at least 2 magazines with 30 standing rounds in them, and at least 2 full clips for the shotgun, so that we can defend ourselves point 1 and loot any area we want, and then of course, you know, have a heck of a lot of fun with that. So if you enjoyed this episode, do me a favor and click that like button. If you want to see the future of this guide, which will be uploaded daily, because I'm pre-recording this so that people can't raid me daily. I'm doing this undercover. You know, just click that subscribe button, that bell button, to be notified of future videos, guys. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow's all about looting, boys. How to loot. See you guys. Cheers.